And I'm Matthew.
You're watching Parallax Live, Twitches and Indeed for maybe just one day only, we'll see how it goes, but for today at least, Hitbox's very best gaming talk show as well, for we are dual casting over both. In today's show, we are going to be looking at the Xbox Live Games with Gold collection for August 2015, PlayStation Plus Instant Games collection. Two interesting lineups, actually. I will be putting up a poll about those, and in fact, while I'm doing that, why don't you tell me what you've been playing this week?
Oh Christ, what have I been playing this week?
In fact, you're upgrading your computer, aren't you?
Yeah, I've spent all day trying to upgrade that, but that didn't really go to plan, so that's going to take a little bit longer. But Heroes of the Storm we've obviously been playing. I played a bit of Guacamelee on co-op with a friend yesterday, and we played Borderlands as well, so done quite a bit. Yeah, but the Turbo Edition of Guacamelee, it's quite interesting. I was expecting you'd reach the end and there'd be DLC, but it's like they've added a few chapters in as you go in. They've changed the order of things, like this new village, you get a new move you haven't had before and stuff like that, so it's a bit different than the normal one, more different than I was expecting.
Yeah. And so when you upgrade your PC, what are you planning to test out that new graphics card with?
Project Cars, Far Cry 3, which I've pushed back for far too long. I mean, considering it's ages old now. And I'm just going to test The Witcher 3 on it because I've got that on PS4, so I'm just going to test it on the PC. I'm not going to actually play it, just give it a bit of a test, see how much frames I can get.
Yeah, I mean, I'm barely dragging in the region of 27 frames per second at the moment. That's with everything set down to the minimum. It still
looks good though, doesn't it?
Does still look very nice, I must say. And to be honest, 30 frames per second is what you get on the consoles if you're lucky.
And I bet it still looks better.
Yeah, it probably does actually, because I mean you don't have the vertical syncing and all that crap. We've got our first comment today. Silent Boy 94 says hi there, Silent Boy. Thanks ever so much for joining us. Have you recategorised this to gaming talk shows?
Oh Christ, no, I haven't.
Yeah, we're just farting around at the moment, trying to get the poll set up. So we're actually going to go through the games with gold and the PlayStation Plus lineup in case you guys aren't familiar with that. Stream configuration quality acceptable. I wonder if that's because we're pushing out two streams simultaneously at the moment.
Possibly, yeah.
Let's have a look.
Am I logged in? I don't know if I'm logged in on.
Okay, well I'll do it on mine. So just forgive us while we just do a little bit of maintenance to the stream. Just going to recategorise to the gaming talk shows category. If, by the way, you are watching us on Hitbox, do say hello. I do have the dashboard here in front of me.
Here we are.
Don't believe that anyone's actually watching at the moment. So let's have a look. So, okay, I'm just about to put the poll up. So what I want to know is what you think is the superior lineup this month out of PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live Games with Gold.
We're still gaming talk shows according to this.
There we go. Yeah, I've just changed it. So there we go. PlayStation Plus versus Games with Gold. This is for August. Oh shit! I've fucking misspelt better.
That's not a good start.
That's not great.
No.
There we go.
Unlike you as well.
Indeed. Well, I'll blame my phone. This is for August. I should specify. So is PS Plus better this month? Is Games with Gold better this month? Are both as good as one another this month, or are both absolutely terrible? I suspect I know what people are going to be voting for that one. But anyway. So I think we should probably actually talk about Games with Gold first, actually, because that's the first thing on my list, and indeed that was announced first. As
2 days before, was it?
About a week before,
Was it a
actually.
week
Yeah,
before?
it was a week last Wednesday that Microsoft announced Games with Gold. Which, because Games with Gold is always from the first of the month, they always tend to announce it the week before. Whereas because PlayStation Plus is the first Tuesday of the month, then it tends to be a lot later. But anyway, Games with Gold for this month. Before I say what's going to be in it, I should point out the last few months, about the last 6 months in fact, Games with Gold has pretty much outclassed PlayStation Plus.
I mean, not by much, because it hasn't been that good either.
An excellent selection of AAA titles. Yes, they've been quite old, but they've had AAA titles. Exclusives as well. I mean, you've got Gears of War 3, you've got Gears of War Judgment. Anyway, this month on Games with Gold, their headline edition, I suppose, is Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes.
Which we've had on PlayStation Plus already.
Which we have had on PlayStation Plus. Yeah, this is on the Xbone, by the way. This will be available all month from the 1st of August to the 31st of August. So this is what was slightly unfairly maligned as a glorified demo of the Phantom Pain. Yes, it was overpriced. I'm not going to deny that. It was badly overpriced. Charging 30 quid for that. They should be flogged for that, really. However, for basically included as part of your subscription, it's actually a really good deal. Because you can get, I mean, I got a good 4 or 5 hours entertainment out of that, to be honest. I really enjoyed my time with it. Plus, as well, I mean, it's pretty obvious why it's turning up this month, because of course in September the Phantom Pain is releasing, so no big surprise what they're going for there. Secondly, on the Xbone is How to Survive Storm Warning Edition, or I should probably call it Indie what's that edition. I've not played it.
I've not heard of it.
Not heard of it either, no. I mean, this is on the Xbone as well. It's going to run from the 16th of August until the 15th of September.
Right.
So basically they stagger their Xbone releases, so you get one throughout the month and then one that appears halfway through the month. Now, I'm kind of on the fence about what's available for the 360, because they're good games, but they're not quite as good as they could be. I'll tell you why. Okay, so first of all, we've got at the beginning of the month, from the 1st to the 15th of August, we've got Metro 2033.
And we wanted a Redux, didn't we?
But we wanted a Redux edition. And then from the 16th of August to the 31st of August, we've got the Metro Last Light, which is the sequel to 2033. So we've got the two Metro games, which is great. They're good games, but they're flawed games. Whereas the Metro Redux largely got rid of most of those flaws. Mutiny Teddy says, hi, started a little late. Yeah, more than a little late, Mutiny Teddy.
Late, yeah.
We started very late. Yeah, we were set it because we're actually streaming this over two services. As well as the PlayStation Network, we're also streaming on Twitch, as always, and Hitbox for the very first time. Do tell me actually whether it's affecting the quality of the stream at all, because my stream configuration quality is coming up here as acceptable rather than excellent, which is slightly worrying.
More than slightly worrying.
Yeah. And I've also got a load of error messages actually about keyframes and constant bit rates, but it's the PlayStation that deals with all that. We can't actually change any of that. Fred Too Good says, howdy. Indeed, and to you, Fred Too Good. Howdy to you too. Thanks ever so much for joining us. I'm kind of juggling three dashboards as well, because I've got the Twitch dashboard, the Twitch chat, and the Hitbox dashboard / chat as well. Although no one's watching us on Hitbox at the moment, so yeah, I probably won't be
watching that much longer. I'll tell you if someone pops up in chat on Hitbox anyway.
Mutiny Teddy says the quality is a little lower than usual. That's concerning. What I may do then, actually, if it doesn't resolve itself, I may just nip and switch off the Hitbox stream. Then, if that's the case.
How much lower than usual? Is it quite
exactly? Is it like noticeably low quality? Mutiny Teddy. Hi there, Mortal Machine. Thanks very much for voting in the poll. I should point out this is for August rather than in sum total. I mean, I think that's pretty much it didn't quite fit in the
headline.
Yeah, in the headline bit for the poll. So in summary, Games with Gold is Ground Zeroes, which is good, but we've had it on PS Plus already. How to Survive Storm Warning Edition, which could be anything for all I know. Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light for the Xbox 360. Two good games. Really would have liked the Redux edition on the next gen format, but that's unfortunate. Mutiny Teddy says, I would say it's medium compared to HD. So I'm wondering whether I should go and turn off the Hitbox stream. What do you think?
I think, should we just leave it on for now?
We'll leave it for a minute.
And see, And
I'll go and turn it off in a minute if it doesn't kind of stabilise. I mean, I've got the bitrate set really low actually.
So it should.
Just occurred to me actually that I may very well have left my VPN on. So the Hitbox, but that would only affect the Hitbox stream. Mutiny Teddy says same quality on Hitbox. Okay, so they're both pretty shitty quality then. Immortal Machine says it's a little grainy.
Right.
That's unfortunate. I tell you what, I'm going to go and kill the Hitbox stream because we really don't want to give you a substandard stream.
So disappointing.
Yeah, I'll just hand it over to Matthew for a sec.
Well, Lord Harkin saying that Metro Last Light was amazing. Yeah, well, we were both saying earlier we wanted for Redux because Last Light did have a lot of issues in it, which Redux actually finishes and makes it a much better game. So it's a shame Microsoft didn't put that on, especially on the Xbox One. That could have been quite a good one instead of Indie. They did do. Oh, entertain us, Matthew Dance. Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, so Microsoft did miss a chance there with the Redux, didn't they? I mean, if they'd had Redux, that could have been a lot better lineup.
To be honest, it's the same reason that we're getting Phantom Pain, really, because Redux is not a new release; it's a relatively recent release, and so they're throwing out 2033 and Last Light to make people think, oh well, I really would prefer Redux.
It could put people off. They could play it and think this has got a lot of flaws. Why would I want to buy Redux?
Indeed. Mutiny Teddy says, entertain us, Matthew. Dance!
No, I said I don't think so.
Lord Harkin didn't try Redux. I mean, Redux has been a really good price, actually. I mean, they even from the day of release, it was a sort of reasonably...
They had the hour demo as well, didn't they, on PlayStation? Was it?
Yes.
Yeah,
which I was going to try, actually, and
I never actually got
around to. I've still got stream configuration quality is acceptable here. Hopefully that'll sort itself out.
Yeah.
Fred Too Good says the pressure's on Matt.
It was. It's not now.
It was a couple of weeks ago when I kind of abandoned you halfway through the.
For at least 10 minutes.
Yeah, so I could go and pass out downstairs. Lord Harkin said need Metro 2034. Indeed. I mean, I would kind of. I think also because they're first person. Sensibly first-person shooter. I know they have RPG trappings and all that, but they're first-person perspective games at least. I would kind of like to play it on PC rather than on the console, and not least because I really like playing games with trainers anyway.
Mouse and keyboard.
But mouse and keyboard really, really is a
mouse and keyboard.
Superior.
Seeing what Sony are working on. I mean, it could be an answer to a lot of problems.
Well, this is really interesting. I mean, there's already a mouse and keyboard solution on the Xbone and PS4 because you can get this thing called a Xim, Xim, which is about 150 quid, and it adds in a kind of emulation, so you plug in your mouse and keyboard to it. However, it's really expensive.
This new one's officially licensed by Sony as well, isn't it? It's an official Sony product.
This is officially licensed, yeah. It's an actual mouse, and it's not a proper keyboard. It's sort of 6 keys, which is a little bit disappointing. I'd rather a full keyboard there. If you're going to have a keyboard, let's have a keyboard.
You call that a knife? This is a knife.
Indeed. But it is only half the price. So it's in the region of, I believe it was about £79 or £80.
Yeah, it was about.
And I would sooner spend that actually than the £150 on a Zim, but I will of course wait for it to be properly reviewed and tested before I rush out and buy it. Because I mean, I would love to play something. I mean, I never thought I'd be using the sentence "I would love to play Destiny" again ever in my life, but I would love to play the Crucible on Destiny with mouse and keyboard controls, just to see whether it does actually make a difference. Because I'm much better at online shooters on the
with
PC
mouse and keyboard,
exactly, with the mouse and keyboard than I am on console. I'm terrible actually at online shooters with the pad on PlayStation. So. Yeah, it would be interesting to see whether it does actually feel like a proper. I mean, really, it has to feel like it's made for mouse and keyboard. If it's floaty or just gives us somehow, it's just somehow not good enough, then. Immortal Machine Redux should be on Xbox One. It's a farce to be on 360 at the time. Yeah, well, this is the thing. I mean, they're not even the Redux versions. They're the original versions, which are actually, I mean, the first one, at least, Metro 2033, is actually really tapping on a bit as well. They're both really old games, and I know that they sorted out some of the problems that 2033 had in Last Light, but what Redux did is they took all of those fixes and applied them to both games, so you've got parity between them as well. So it is a shame that we've got two good games on an old system, that when we could be having that tantalising Redux version. Assassin Feared has voted. Thanks very much, Assassin. Mutely Teddy, how much longer do you expect PS3 to keep getting new games? I think we're going to be on year 2 in November of PS4 release. It's a good question. I think the reason that we are actually still getting PS3 games...
A lot of people still use them.
There's a really high install base for PS3. It's going to be a lot cheaper for Sony to license a PS3 game than a PS4 game as well.
Yeah.
And also, because the AAA titles tend to be on the PS3, it deflects on the fact that it's just shitty indie titles on the PS4 and on the PS Vita. So I think as long as it carries on being cheap, which it will be, and as long as it carries on deflecting from the rubbishness of the PS4, I think as soon as we start actually getting proper AAA titles on PS4, then that's when they'll probably say knock the PS3 back to one title a month, or even get rid of it altogether. Assassin Fear says PS3 is dead already, in my opinion. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily agree with that, because there's still a lot of good games on the PS3 that you can't, that shockingly, not quite everything has been remastered, although it does sometimes feel like it has. But I mean, the fact is, there's still actually some really good stuff on the PS3, and PlayStation Plus actually almost reminds you of stuff that you haven't actually got around to playing yet.
I mean, like Assassin's Creed Rogue isn't on PS4 yet.
That's true.
I mean, that was the best Assassin's Creed game last year. Miles better than Unity. Miles better.
I mean, the fact is, yes, PS4 is doing insanely well. I mean, they've sold something like 20 million consoles, but I mean, PS3 has sold way more than that. Way more than that, and there are still people playing it. I mean, look, yes, it's impressive that PS4 has sold 20 million in this amount of time, but as a console user base, that's still not actually all that high. So as long as it's behind the PS3 in that respect,
then it's probably
the PS3 will still have a little bit of life in it yet. PS3 is also still a much better media server as well, actually, even with the recent attempts at adding a media server to the PS4, which I haven't had a massively
it works well with the USB stick and stuff, but I haven't tried streaming to it yet.
Yeah, I mean, I tried the DLNA streaming, and I couldn't actually get it working with a piece of software called PS3 Media Server, and you were kind of expected to work with that.
Did you ever try for other media server? You said you were going to try.
I was going to try it with Plex, and I was going to try it with Universal Media Server. I've done neither of those things yet, so I mean, I'll I'll definitely report on that in this show when I do actually get around to doing that. I mean, Sony need to actually get that sorted out because they've announced that they're going to release a media remote actually this autumn. Which, I mean, the media remote for the PS3 is again really, really good. I mean, in fact, my PS3 is on more than my PS4. I obviously play way more games on the PS4, but my PS3 is basically my media server. It sits in front of my lounge TV. It feeds all the videos that I've downloaded from the internet. I'll say no more than that. The media remote is Bluetooth. It's just brilliant. It's a really nicely designed, and they've got the same people doing the PS4 one. So yeah, if they could make the PS4 as accomplished a media center as a PS3 is, then that's going to be absolutely fantastic. That will actually help it completely replace the PS3. Muted Teddy's voted, thanks very much, and he says no, it's not, as in the PS3. No, the PS3 is not already dead. Assassin Feared says the Phantom Pain and Black Ops 3 will be the last big games on PS3. Yeah, I mean, but Black Ops 3 will be a stripped down version as well. I mean, it's not even going to be like a full proper version of.
Which is good. We don't want it holding back the real thing.
We really don't know. The Phantom Pain, yeah, I'm still actually surprised that the Phantom Pain is actually coming to PS3, to be honest, because it looks gorgeous on the next gen console. It does look amazing. I mean, anyone who's played Ground Zeroes will have seen just how fantastic the graphics look, and if you've seen any of the gameplay footage as well, you'll see that the main game's going to look absolutely fantastic as well. Where are we? Mutely Teddy. After the game's announced for PS4 at E3, I'm thinking it will die down for PS4.
And then you just put star PS3.
Oh, PS3, yeah. Yeah, indeed, Mutely Teddy. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely not going to see a huge number. I mean, as Assassin's Feared says, I mean, the Phantom Pain and Black Ops 3. I don't believe Assassin's Creed Syndicate is coming to PS3. In fact, I don't think we're actually getting any Assassin's Creed game on the PS3. In fact, we probably won't actually from now on onwards, unless you count that sort of 2D caching.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would shock me if someone turned around and announced a big release for the PS3. Muesli Teddy says all the videos you download, wink, wink, laugh. Yeah. If you'll know from one of the T-shirts that I wear what I may be alluding to there. Actually. Mortal Machine says porn. Surprisingly not actually. People don't believe me when I say this, but porn does absolutely nothing for me. I must be literally the only male computer owner in the world who doesn't actually have a hard drive full of pornography. I literally don't have a single bit of porn on there. All of my friends, I go around the house and they pull out this 5 external drives and they go, oh yeah, this is like a tenth of my pornography collection. It's like, what? It's like, is this normal? But apparently, yeah, it is normal and I'm abnormal, so there we go. Fred Too Good says, haha. Indeed, Toon 6, you have the fan on, it's getting really warm in here already. Toon says, what's up, Matthew and Michael? What's up to you, Toon? We're very well, thank you. Thanks ever so much for joining us. Assassin Feared, I'm getting the Phantom Pain on both PS3 and PS4. Interesting. Why would you do that, Assassin's Creed, rather than just get the PS4 version? Is it so you can play it on, say, is like one console on one TV and another on another? I'm not sure why you would do that. Do let us know why. Toon69 is voted in the poll.
Is it still an acceptable stream?
It is still, yeah, but maybe it does a test when you first start. It's a picture. As a picture improved, guys. I mean, you mentioned that it was a little bit fuzzy earlier on because we were dual hosting, and now that I've killed that, then hopefully that's improved. But do let us know what the picture quality is like now, and if the sound quality is okay as well, because people occasionally moan about the sound quality.
Or more than occasionally.
Well, yeah. I mean, as I say, I'm getting a load of moans on my control panel about the keyframe interval and the constant bit rates, but you know, it's the PS4 that deals with that. So, Bean 2K1 has voted in the poll as well. Thanks very much, Bean. Right, so we've spoken about games with gold. It's Ground Zeroes, How to Survive, Metro 2033, and Metro Last Light. So here's what's coming up on PlayStation Plus this month. Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris is the headliner on the PlayStation 4.
We're going to try it on co-op and see what it's like, but I'm not expecting too much from it.
I will say this about Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris. This is actually a sequel. I think the first one was called the Temple of Light.
Yeah.
This was on the last gen consoles, the Temple of Light was. It's a Tomb Raider game. It's basically Croft, not the new Lara Croft. So it's the one with, you know, rather than the middle class university brat, it's the upper class female Indiana Jones
with the big tits,
with the big boobies and the hot pants. So it's the old traditional Lara Croft, which is good, and it's not a third person game. It's sort of, well, it is third person, but not, you know, traditional third person behind the shoulder. It's actually an isometrically viewed puzzle, not really platform. It's like a puzzle action game. So it's like a twin stick. You control with the left stick. You shoot with the right stick. So you just hold and it shoots in that particular direction. And it's a co-op focused game. Now, I actually played Temple of Light with my brother on the Xbox 360 quite a bit, and we had a great time with it. It's a really good local co-op game. I imagine it's online co-op as well. People have been down. People have been like, oh, you know, Temple of so who cares? Actually, it's really not that bad again. I know it's not a AAA title. I mean, it's not. No, it's not an expensive title. But actually, if you got someone to play it with in co-op,
and if you haven't played it yet,
exactly. It is the newer, of the two as well, which is good. So I'd actually say if you've got someone to play it with, give it a chance. It's really not that bad. Assassin Feared says he's getting Phantom Pain on both PS3 and PS4 because he's a huge gaming addict and loves Metal Gear Solid that much. Oh, okay, so I guess maybe getting the collector's editions then. I suppose if you're a collector, then that would be pretty essential. Toon69 says everything's good. I think that's in terms of the picture, but that's good to hear. So I guess we made the right decision killing the hitbox stream. Maybe we could get someone to stream it from. So I could get my brother to restream it from his place. And I think the stream's dropped because I'm showing 0. It does this every single week.
What are you showing? Oh,
yeah. Do tell us whether you can actually see us or hear us at the moment, because it's looking.
We had 47 a second ago, didn't we?
We had 47 a minute ago. Now we've got 0. I'll just type something into chat. Okay, I think we've gone down. I'm going to keep on talking for a moment because sometimes weirdly Twitch retains the recording of it. So
Beauty Teddy's put yes.
Okay then.
Can he see us? Is he seeing?
Labia Majora can't see it though. He says same for me. Going to try refreshing it again and again. Assassin Fear says Twitch are idiots. Yeah. Okay. I think some are seeing.
We're getting back to 12 viewers though, so some must be.
Yeah, I think it's coming back to normal now. This happens literally.
It does happen
every time we stream now.
I reckon Twitch changed something, to make it split it or something.
I don't think that makes no sense. I think it's just the fact that the connection drops. I think it's just their shitty back end that basically means that it runs for a while and then it just drops and then they reboot it and 5 minutes later it comes back online. Here we go. So P234 Patrick's voted. Thanks very much, P234. Labia Majora says Twitch be derping back for me now. Excellent. That's good then. Mutually Teddy says don't poke the bear, even if it is an idiot. I know Mutually Teddy, but I mean, I know my brain always says no, don't slag off Twitch because they'll ban you again. And we've been banned twice already, and the third will probably be permanent. But to be honest, I'm not the kind, but we're not the kind of people that can really
twats. It's a nice way of saying
the trouble is, yeah, I mean we're very honest about things, and we can't really say something's good if it's not. And at the moment, Twitch is providing a really shitty service. So I do take your point though, Mutiny Teddy, and if we get banned again, that's probably why. But yeah, Bean2K1 says it keeps dropping.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, I'm sure my dashboard's showing the numbers trickling back up. We've lost half the fucking numbers though, as we always do when the stream goes down. Everyone gets bored and leaves, understandably.
Yeah.
Toon69 says we're back. Fred Too Good says lost yous for a bit. Assassin Feared says Sony needs its own streaming service. Indeed, or they just need to add more options to the streaming. I mean, if we could stream purely over, say, Hitbox or maybe not YouTube Gaming, considering they've booted us off of YouTube now. But yeah, anyway, okay, well, I'm going to assume that things are relatively back to normal, and we'll carry on talking about the PlayStation Plus.
So we're just talking about Tomb Raider, weren't we?
Yeah, in summary, Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris. Well, the Temple of Light was actually a pretty good game. It's a fun game in co-op. It's a local co-op game as well as online co-op. I assume it's got online co-op. It must do in this day and age. But the first one definitely had local, and not enough games these days have local co-op actually. So it's actually a really nice co-op experience. So do give it a chance. Plus, it's got the old Lara Croft with the big boobies. Limbo on the PlayStation 4. This is the second PlayStation 4 game. Limbo is actually a really, really old platform. It was one of the sort of poster boys for the Xbox Live service back when they were sort of paving the way with digital downloads and indie games and all that. And like Braid was the big actor. Limbo was kind of then around about the same time, and it's a 2D platformer. It's kind of a trial and error platformer. You control this boy you see everything in silhouette. Back then, that was an original idea. Now,
not so much.
Yeah, a lot of things have kind of copied it, so that's really lost its impact. But back then, it had really striking visuals, and you control this boy, and you're stuck in limbo, and you're going to find your way out, and basically you die in about a million cruises where you go around a corner, you get strung up by a tree, and your head gets lopped off. But unlike the annoying trial and error games back in the day, there's obviously infinite respawns, and you try it, amusingly die, and then to avoid at that time. So it's actually a pretty decent platformer. I never did actually play it all the way through, so I'm really pleased this is coming to PS4. Really disappointed that it's not cross-buy. Greed on behalf of the developers there. However, you can cross-play it, I suppose, on your Vita, stream play it rather, whatever they call it. So actually two reasonably decent games on the PS4. Obviously no AAAs again. Right, where are we?
Fred Evil. Too Good.
No, Evil SF just voted. Thanks very much, Evil SF. And then Fred Too Good thinks we should get our own TV show.
Yeah, we agree with that.
if only Fred Too Good. Yeah. To be honest, I mean, we were talking a long time about actually defecting to YouTube Gaming, but obviously that's not going to happen now. And today was supposed to be an experiment with dual casting to Hitbox, but that obviously kicked the arse out of the quality of the stream. Even though I've got a 10 megabit per second upstream, which should be more than enough for 2 streams, but there we go. But thanks very much, Fred Too Good. Yeah, we would happily take a call from a television producer, but to be honest, games are like dirt to TV producers for some reason. They only want to do cooking shows and reality shows and shit basically. No one wants to watch.
Garden shows.
Indeed. Assassin Feed says, isn't the Lara game out already? Yes, it is Assassin Feed. I believe it came out early last year.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it came out.
This is for PlayStation Plus we're talking about, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. This is coming to PlayStation Plus in August. So basically from Tuesday, if you've got a PS4, you'll be able to download that as part of your subscription. Mutely Teddy says, I think Games with Gold has more services for the money, and I'm not an Xbox fan. When you say services, do you mean in terms of the new Windows 10 features, for example, so like streaming?
Because that's not Xbox
Windows.
Live exclusive, is it?
No, I don't think you do. I don't know, actually. That's
I
really good.
I haven't heard it mentioned.
I hadn't heard that you needed to have Xbox Live Gold to stream to your PC. I didn't think you did, but now you've mentioned it, I'm not so sure.
Because I mean, obviously Sony have the share play, which you do need PlayStation Plus for.
Indeed. Services there. I mean, what other services are there on Xbox? I think they have a superior service. I mean, they don't
Crash as much.
go down anywhere near as much as PlayStation Network. Yes, they do go down, just nowhere near as much.
And not for as long.
No. But yeah, I mean, I think that was probably true back in the 360 era, but now I'm not sure what Xbox Live Gold gives you on the 360 that PlayStation Network doesn't, other than a stable multiplayer network. Can't see me now. Hi, can't see me now. Thanks for the friend request. He says I'm a PlayStation fan. Yeah, a lot of people this generation are.
We
indeed
both have PlayStation 4s.
Indeed. Thanks ever so much, by the way, to Ben Brown for hitting that follow button. You're very welcome to the follow hollow. Toon69 says we need a Quake 3 Arena remake for PS4. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Yeah, just picked up on the t-shirt there. Yeah, I mean, Quake. I must admit, even though I'm actually sitting here in a Quake Arena t-shirt, I was always team Unreal Tournament. Actually, I did feel Unreal Tournament. They were both good deathmatch games. They're actually two of the original deathmatch games. Actually, I think Unreal Tournament just about pipped it to the post. But yeah, I personally preferred Unreal Tournament, and I'm really looking forward to see what they're doing with the new Unreal Engine. But Quake 3 Arena, of course, you can get. They used to say it was a browser plugin, but it's not really. It's now actually a proper client that you have to download. It's basically a free-to-play game. But it runs great on pretty much any PC as well. So even if you're not got a gaming PC, you can probably run Quake 3 Arena on your PC. It'd be interesting with a pad. I mean, I would miss the sort of, because it's one of those that really test your reaction. You know, it requires quick mouse work, and I'm not sure the pad would preserve that, although it has been on consoles previously. Immortal Machine is back with us. Glad to hear it, Immortal Machine. Hopefully there won't be any more incidences of Twitch shitting the bed again. Assassin Feared, I'd prefer PS4 to Trashbox 1. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the theme of the current generation at the moment. I must say, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with you, although the Xbox is sort of becoming more and more interesting with the Windows 10 released on Wednesday, and obviously we're going to start seeing a lot of parity between the apps on Xbone and Windows 10. Also, you've got the ability to stream to your Windows PC. The even better ability, in my opinion, will be to stream games from your PC to your Xbox, which Microsoft say that they are working on, but obviously it's a bit of a challenge. But I think they've got to keep themselves relevant, especially with Steam boxes that are going in Steam OS that's going to be turning up very soon. It's games though that's ultimately going to demarcate them, and I mean PS4 has been very slender in terms of exclusives this year, although we do have Until Dawn coming up very soon.
And everyone has gone to Rapture.
Yes, at the end of the month. Assassin Feared, I've read that one. Nero Angelo, hi there Nero, says Shinshuken. Okay. L-Crafter 2015, I went through 5 360s, 3 under the Red Ring of Death. Yeah, I had one succumb to the Red Ring of Death actually, and
mine Red Rings every so often, but every time I've managed to fix it, luckily.
Yeah, I mean, what I didn't know at the time was that Microsoft actually used to we're just replacing them with no questions answered. I made the mistake of trying to get a game to replace it, and what a protracted process that was. And that was my main console at the time as well. I had to go without that for about 6 weeks while those dickheads at Game tried to wheedle out of there.
Did Game replace it in the end?
Eventually, yeah. In fact, they fucked it up so bad because they originally sent me a shitty old second-hand one, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And eventually I made so much fuss that they just gave me a voucher to buy a brand new one, which I did. And so I had a brand new one and a second-hand one, which I eBayed. And then the guy that bought it off eBay sent me a load of abusive messages saying it didn't work properly. So well, what do you expect? You bought a 360 off eBay. Of course it's not going to work. So anyway, Fred Too Good says apparently bringing in a vote system for PS Plus. Yeah, this was something that was leaked at the beginning of the week and then formally announced at the end of the week. This is basically going to be for unreleased indie games. So when there's basically a choice of unreleased indie games, Sony are going to run a vote. So people, I don't know whether it's going to be on the dashboard or on the PlayStation blog or whatever, but basically they're going to give people the chance to vote for what game they want to see in the PlayStation Plus lineup. Importantly, they said it's not going to be every month, so it's presumably going to be once in a blue moon. We were talking about this earlier. I've got a theory about this. I suspect it's so when people are bitching about the fact that there's a load of indies that no one's interested in.
Like, well, you voted for that.
They're going to say, well, you did vote for that. Even though they basically gave you the option between indie game you've never heard of, number 1, and indie game you've never heard of, number 2. So, it'll be interesting to see how that goes, at least. iCrafter says never buy Microsoft anything again. Yeah, I mean Microsoft are trying to turn themselves around, but then I used to say EA were trying to turn themselves around, and then they go and take a big dump on our YouTube channel. But the thing is, the thing with Microsoft, I mean, with making Windows 10 a free upgrade for Windows 7 and 8 users, or a free upgrade for Pirate Bay users, which has always been the case, arguably. It's kind of an interesting volte-face, although there has been some controversy this week that people are noticing that Windows 10 has quite a lot of services that either pump adverts at you, such as if you play Solitaire or something, it's like a big advert on the side. And it also is doing the whole Google thing of like monitoring everything you do.
You can turn all that off though.
You can turn that off, yeah. That is true. But we're really seeing now how Microsoft are actually planning to pay for the development of Windows, and that's basically by harvesting data, which, it depends how you feel about that kind of thing, I suppose. Toon69, Quake 3 Arena was good on PS2 back in the day. Yeah, I mean, I think the reason for that is because there wasn't a whole lot to choose from. I mean, there was obviously Halo on the original Xbox, and the PS2 was kind of desperately looking at... I mean, Killzone was supposed to be their answer to Halo, and Killzone really wasn't that great. Quake 3 Arena was a much better. It was actually a pretty decent port, actually. Now I come to really think about it, it was actually quite decent. But I don't think it would stand up today to a console gaming standard today, to be honest with you. It is actually good on the PC. I mean, I will say that, but I just don't think... I do think you lose a lot of the experience when you play with a pad, to be honest. Mutiny Teddy says it's only rumoured so far, but it's not really voting if they make you pick from their choices. Well, this is that's the exact point we're making, Mutiny Teddy. It's going to be disappointing indie game number 1 or disappointing indie game number 2, and I suspect most people are going to look at it and think, oh well, I just can't even be bothered.
Confirmed it now. They came out and confirmed it, didn't they?
Oh, it has absolutely definitely been confirmed. Confirmed, yeah. It was confirmed yesterday, I think it was. I don't think they were quite ready to announce it because it was obviously leaked all over the internet.
They thought
at the beginning of the week. They just threw it out there. But no, you're right, Mutually Teddy. It will be, you know, the key will be what they're having. They have actually said it's going to be unreleased indie games. So it's not going to be, you know, this month, do you want Knack or do you want, you know, Killzone Shadowfall? You know, it's not going to be that.
Which is a shame.
Which is a shame, yeah. Assassin Feared says the cooling fans in Trashbox 360 was shit. Yeah, this is the thing. I mean, the 360 did have really terrible cooling, and it was noisy as hell as well.
Yeah.
It was really, really noisy. I mean, I never had a 360 Elite, actually. I mean, those were apparently a little bit quieter, but no. I mean, I could have paid a bit more and got an Elite when I had my original 360 replaced.
They're not that much better, to be honest. I mean, I didn't notice a difference with the one we had.
That's the thing. I only ever switch mine on now, actually, to claim the games with gold every month. Immortal Machine says, what's the actual point of streaming to your Xbox One? Isn't that a bit redundant? If you're going to do that, just get a PC, laugh out loud. Well, yeah, I mean, you obviously need the PC in the first place in order to stream the games to your Xbox. Well, I mean, the reason that I think there's more value to that is just basically so you can get more of a console gaming experience for your PC. I mean, yes, you can go to your PC and plug in your Xbone pad and play a game, but generally speaking, people's PC monitors tend to be a lot smaller than their TVs.
Yeah.
So, for example, I've got my games consoles plugged into this TV that's in front of us, which you obviously can't see, but I can't remember how many inches, but it's pretty big.
40-inch.
Yeah, I think it's about 40. Yeah. I think it's about 42 inches.
Yeah, it looks about.
Whereas my PC monitor is 24 inches. It's tiny. So if I actually had the option to, I mean, I'm playing The Witcher 3 at the moment on the PC. If I had the ability to stream to this TV that's here in my bedroom, I would do.
Yeah.
To be honest, so there is definitely a use for it. Immortal Machine. Rapid Killer says, "What are the games?" Oh right, this is for PlayStation Plus. Okay, so we've mentioned Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris and Limbo. There's also going to be God of War Ascension for the PS3.
Now, this is the build up for God of War 3 Remastered.
This is clear. Yeah. They're trying to persuade people to get the God of War 3 Remaster. God of War Ascension is probably the worst entry in the God of War franchise. You asked me an interesting question the other day. You said, is that just my personal opinion or is that a general thing? I said, well, I believed it was a general thing. Well, when I read the response to this on the PlayStation blog and on a couple of news sites, no, everyone it's not just me. Everyone hates God of War Ascension. No one really likes God of War Ascension, to be honest. Stealth Inc. 2, a game of clones. I really like Stealth Inc. It was called Stealth Bastard Deluxe on the PC, but Sony have their rules. So they had to change the name. But I actually really liked the first Stealth Inc. It is coming to PS4, PS3 and PS Vita, which is good.
Yeah.
So you can play it on the toilet. And Sound Shapes, which is meant, yet another one of these arty-farty conceptual games. And then Castle Storm Complete Edition, which is the monthly game that no one's ever heard of. Mutually Teddy said it's basically the same thing as Right Now, but they're removing one of the free games and giving you two discounted. This is the voting thing, is it?
I think for two what don't win the vote will get discounted, and the one what wins the vote will be free.
That's right. Yes. One of the obviously the game that wins the vote will be free, and they said that they'll obviously, but they tend to discount new games when they release anyway. They tend to give a 10 or 20% PlayStation Plus discounts anyway. So I don't know about removing one of the free games though. I don't recall reading anything that made me think, oh, they're removing one of the games. If they are removing one of the games, then that's a pretty big deal, to be honest, because the games aren't that great as they are, to be honest. Lcraft of 2015 says streamers get popular on PS4 then move to PC. Twitch needs to give more respect to PS4. Twitch arguably needs to give more respect to their users, full stop, to be honest, because unless you're one of the ones that pulls in tens of thousands of viewers, they basically treat you like shit, to be honest. They ignore your emails and they they don't give you any transcoding options on your streams and all that. I mean, to be honest, I've always been really on the mindset that I don't want to move away from the PlayStation Network. I think we've got a lot of viewers actually that come in from PlayStation Network, and I don't want to exclude them. When we're covering stuff like E3, when we did our E3 coverage, for example,
we used the monitor and stuff,
so that we could have had a much better experience actually using the PC, which then we could have had it actually a proper direct feed on the screen. But then that would have excluded everyone on PlayStation Network, and we don't want to do that. So we've certainly got no intention of abandoning PlayStation Network unless we get banned. In which case, the choice is out of our hands. St. Kildaboy says, "Good day, Matt and Mike." Well, good day to you, St. Kildaboy. Thanks ever so much for joining us. Fred Too Good says, "No matter what Microsoft do with Xbox One, Sony have won." I mean, it certainly looks like that, but you mustn't count them out just yet.
Turned around.
You've got to remember, just think back to the beginning of the last generation. For the first couple of... I mean, it's difficult, actually, to overstate just how much Sony fucked up the launch of the PS3.
And how
they screwed it badly. They really did cock it up. They released late, first of all. I mean, they left Europe. I know they shafted Europe in terms of release dates. Xbox 360 had a very long lead on the PS3. Then when the PS3 did turn up, it was like 400 quid. It was so overpriced. They basically made a lot of the mistakes that Microsoft actually made this generation.
But they fixed them for this release.
They dropped the price. They... I mean, they never really could fix the fact it was difficult to develop for, but developers just kind of got to grips with that themselves. But eventually, and then with the range of exclusives that came to the PS3, by the end of the generation, PS3 did actually slightly overtake the Xbox 360. So we really mustn't judge the entire generation on. I mean, obviously, if you look at it since release, PS4 has had its own way. However, Microsoft
are slowly building themselves back up.
They've dropped the price. They've dropped Kinect. They're doing the Windows 10 functionality. They're doing sort of cross-play games with like stuff like Fable Legends and all of that. Sea of Thieves. Sorry, yeah. Where did I get Sea of Wolves?
Sea of Dwarfs.
Sea of Dwarfs, yeah. Sea of Thieves, stuff like that. So yeah, it does look like that at the moment, Fred Too Good, but don't count out Microsoft yet. It's we've got a long way to go yet.
And look at the Wii's release as well, how good that did and how disastrous it turned.
Yeah, and exactly how that fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
And I almost don't want to mention this actually because it's so far-fetched, but we don't know what the Nintendo NX is going to be like yet either. They may, I mean, Nintendo are due for a win because, my God, they really haven't been doing great so far. They really are due for one, so yeah, we'll see. Zombie Man says, "Hello, hi there, Zombie Man. Thanks for joining us." Fred Too Good, yeah, Sony have won this generation, hands down. Zyud44 says, "Please shut up."
Since you asked so nicely.
Okay, then we'll just sit here in silence for the rest of the show. XZST says, "Is that Hitman on the screen?" It is. Yeah, this is a new one that's out in December. Enjoy. Gaming Beast 2015, what do you think of the PlayStation Plus vote for games? Yeah, well, I think we addressed this already, but I'm not that excited about it, to be honest. It's going to be games that we've never heard of, so it's going to be asking you to vote on faith, basically, which you slightly prefer the sound of, to be honest, which, I don't know. I suppose I can get to vote for my quirky puzzle games that I quite like, and then be disappointed when everyone else votes for the Minecraft rip-off. Assassin Feared says best games of 2015 are The Phantom Pain and Hitman.
And The Witcher 3, you can't rule it out either.
A lot of people are saying that The Phantom Pain is in with a chance. I think it is in with a chance, but it's in with a slim chance.
I mean, Fallout 4 is the biggest threat to The Witcher 3.
I think so, yeah. I mean, The Witcher 3 is a great game. It's a flawed game, but it's a great game.
Yeah.
I do think Fallout 4... Because Fallout 4, the thing is, if they don't mess up the story, we know the interface is actually superior. I know it's slightly heretical to say it. The interface is superior to The Witcher's interface.
So they haven't changed what was wrong with Fallout 3.
Exactly, which is obviously very strong. So, yeah, I mean, the Phantom Pain may turn out to be a really brilliant game. I mean, Ground Zeroes was much stronger than I expected it to be, I must say. But as for Hitman, I really liked Hitman Absolution. Most people didn't, but I really did. When I played this, it plays very similarly to Absolution, which I'm pleased with. It's funny because Square Enix was saying, oh no, it'll be more like the original game. It's not really. It's quite like Absolution. It's a sandbox for you to play. I don't think it'll be the game of the year, though, Assassin's
And splitting it into two halves as well. You know, releasing the first...
Yeah, it remains to be seen how well that'll go. L Crafter, with this generation, they said load times are a thing of the past. Yeah,
He's put load times as long as ever.
Yeah, I mean that's quite true. L Crafter, load times are just long.
For Witcher 3, when you die for load time on the PS4, my god.
Oh, you see, it's fine on the PC.
No, on the PS4 for load time, it's at least 40 seconds to reload when you die.
The load times on Bloodborne were absolutely excruciating, especially a game where you die constantly as well. But the load times just
That's why the game's so long.
Indeed. Mutiny Teddy says the new pick your own stream quality is a cool thing to Twitch to provide us. We love you, Twitch. Yeah, I mean, I must say, Mutiny Teddy, that's one of the main things that I wanted to get when I did originally apply for partnership with Twitch. I wanted those stream quality settings out. I know Mortal Machine. Several people actually said that they had difficulty with buffering. Because obviously it just goes out at that one setting, but now Twitch sort of... I've noticed sometimes they're offering settings for this particular stream and sometimes they don't, so I don't know whether they are today. It doesn't look like they are. So yeah, you may love Twitch, but well,
we don't.
Yeah. Toontoon69 says they should just give us free PlayStation Now every month for free.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, that's the thing, Toontoon. PlayStation Now should be a PlayStation Plus perk. They should. They definitely should give you some.
Not as much money in it, though, is it?
There's not as much money in it. It would be really nice, actually. I mean, someone said how PS3 is dead. What would actually be really nice is if they gave you, instead of taking away the PS3 games, which they will eventually do, if they give you access to PS3 games on PlayStation Now as part of your PlayStation Plus membership, that would be really nice, because then you've still got your PS4, you've still got the superior pad, you've still got a console that's actually connected to your TV rather than languishing under a pile of dust. That would actually be a great idea, Toontoon. L Craft, I've read that one. Toontoon said yeah, and I would be happy with that. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd still want some PS4 games, to be honest. I love my PS Vita games. I cannot go without my PS Vita games. I just love that. I mean, I've got 6 platinums with my PS Vita, so I'm not going to give that up anytime soon. Assassin's Creed God of War 3 Remaster is already out. They should bring Splinter Cell Conviction to PS4. Yes, the God of War 3 Remaster is already out.
I completely forgot about that, to be honest.
Did you forget that? It didn't launch with a massive amount of fanfare.
It didn't get that much coverage, did it?
And it kind of got criticised, quite rightly, for being overpriced, which it was. I mean, God of War 3 is a really old game. And it's a great game, and we want everyone to play it, so why overcharge for it? It's such a shame. But yeah, as for Splinter Cell Conviction, is that your favourite one then, Assassin's Creed? I quite like the last one. We played co-op actually.
Oh, we did.
Blacklist.
Blacklist, yeah, that was good fun.
That was all right actually. I didn't mind Blacklist. Again, it got criticised. I do wish they'd keep Michael Ironside as the voice of Fisher though. I don't know why they got rid of him. Air Ammo has voted. Thanks very much. Luke W1090 has voted as well. Thank you very much. Immortal Machine says, bought a capture card, Avamedia LGP, have no idea how to figure it out, laugh out. Yeah, I mean the whole streaming thing can be, it is definitely a learning curve, Immortal Machine. But yeah, just sort of keep googling stuff and you'll get there eventually. Linkin Park 0707, your Eggbox fans, get the fuck out of our community. What the hell does that mean? Your Eggbox fan. Xbox fans, do you think? I bet you means Xbox fans. Okay. No, we don't mind Xbox fans here, actually. Linkin Park. No, we don't mind that at all. We know some of our viewers actually watch us on the Twitch app on
the Xbox.
Yeah, no, that's basically, as long as you're a gamer, you're very welcome here. I don't care which format you're into, even if you're still into the Spectrum. I don't care. If you're a gamer, you're welcome here.
Yeah.
Luke W1090 says, what games are you both looking forward to?
Everybody's gone to Rapture.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Fallout 4.
I'm really curious about Until Dawn, which is out at the end of the month.
Yeah.
There was actually some gameplay footage released, and it does indeed look like a David Cage style of game. So, like, if you played Heavy Rain, it looks more like Heavy Rain actually than Beyond Two Souls,
which is good.
Which is good. I just really hope that it's got a good story in there and that they make you care about the guy, because I know it's going to be like a slasher film. Lots of slasher films fail on the fact that the story is no good and you don't really care about the characters. So I really hope they do actually nail those two before they start killing everyone off in Until Dawn, because that would actually make it a lot more effective. Obviously Uncharted 4. I think you mentioned Uncharted 4. Yeah,
the Drake collection as well, even though we've played all of them before.
Yeah, looking forward to going through those again, absolutely. Mutiny Teddy says, those streams with 10,000 viewers are so congested that the chat is obsolete to the streamer. That's the thing, Mutiny Teddy. Yeah, I mean, the only time I've kind of had that issue is, even though we are 10 minutes behind, when I did the Bethesda conference for E3, we had 800 people in and the chat was just flying past. And I was just literally sort of like picking them out at random. So, yeah, I mean, if we ever get that popular, which I doubt, but, we tend to settle on around 130 maximum, which we just about managed to keep up with. But, I don't know. I don't know how we'll deal with that, to be honest. Assassin feared, I never ever stream because of Twitch being shit. Yeah, that's the thing, Assassin feared. Although we do have good fun with our weekly Quiplash session as well. Immortal Machine to Linkin Park, everyone is welcome. It's quite true. If you're a gamer, you're very welcome. Wicked Crazy is voted, thanks very much. Elcrafter, I only have PS4. I could never afford a PC as well. They do cost a lot of money, gaming PCs.
I just put about £400 into new components to mine.
Yeah, that's the thing. I spent about £1,000 on my game. The thing with my PC, I also, because I work from home, it's basically my work lifeline. So I kind of justify it that way, even though I don't. It's tax deductible because I use it for work.
I need this good graphics card to be able to use Word and type documents up.
Absolutely, yes. When I was typing my 80,000 word thesis,
I need 200 frames a second on Word.
Indeed. Mike Rome has voted, thanks very much. So St Kildaboy, thanks very much. And XEC, thanks very much. Linkin Park says Eggbox fans are butthurt poor peasants. Okay, well we'll let you have an argument with the Xbox fans. We won't get involved in that. Assassin Feared says PS4 has obsolete PC chips compared to high-end PCs. That's true, actually, both the next-gen consoles. But that's the nature of the console game, though.
Cheaper.
There has to be a point where you set the graphics card and the processor, say, right, this is what we're going to use, and then of course it doesn't progress from there. Even with hardware revisions, it has to stay the same so the games maintain compatibility. Whereas obviously with your PC, you upgrade it. For the next few years, we're going to have current gen consoles that have obsolete cards.
There was a lot of talk before for PS4 and Xbox come out that you'd be able to upgrade components within them more. It'd be more customization more on bits. But obviously that ended up not being true. So it'll be interesting for next console generation if it will be more customizable with what you put in it.
I can't see it ever happening myself.
I hope it doesn't. I think it would ruin it a little bit.
What you've got to remember is that even though they are old technology, it's not like a Windows PC that you've got the big bloated Windows operating system and then you've got DirectX. You actually have the games can actually talk directly to the hardware. The OS is exactly, yes, the Mantle API layer, which basically harnesses a lot more of the power, and also because the developers are developing for two very specific sets of hardware, they're able to optimise the games a lot more than PC games.
Like, look at Batman Arkham Knight, how that was optimised on PC.
Exactly, and PCs are way more powerful, and yet it ran like shit on the PC. Immortal Machine says relax to Linkin Park. Just relax. Vincent Ahiti's voted, thanks very much. Linkin Park says Xbox One is not next gen, nothing next gen about it. XE Steve says, does your PlayStation ever make loud noises? Now, I've heard this has been an issue with Rocket League, actually. There's a problem if you left Rocket League on the menu screen or something, it would make basically the PlayStation overheat and the fan would start going for it. If it does make loud noises, if it's the fan, XE Steve, then you may have a dodgy unit. It's probably overheating. But mine doesn't. I don't know if yours does.
Mine doesn't, no.
Gravy Biscuit says, I love the PS Plus vote idea. It's only for one game though, right? Wish it was for all six. Yeah, and it's not going to be every month either, Gravy Biscuits. They said it will just be every now and then as well. So I guess
it's only for indies as well, isn't it?
It will only be for unreleased indies, yeah. Sadistical says, best games of 2015, Witcher 3 and Arkham Knight. Yeah, well, I mean, the trouble is we never really got to play Arkham Knight because we had the PC version, and obviously we all know,
fixed.
Yeah, we all know what happened there. So, neither of us have really properly played it. But I'd be surprised if it was better than The Witcher 3. I'd be really surprised, actually.
Yeah.
Linkin Park says Uncharted 4 beats Fallout.
Yeah, but Fallout's this year, Uncharted 4's next year.
They're also completely different styles. Yeah. I mean, Uncharted 4 is a third-person action adventure, whereas Fallout 4 is a third-person action RPG. So, yeah, they're quite different genres, but yeah, I mean, given the choice, I would definitely go with Uncharted 4, because I just love that series so much. Assassin's Creed says Arkham Knight was rubbish, especially on the PC. Sup guys, says Flacono. Hi there, Flacono, thanks for joining us. Fred Too Good says Arkham Knight was amazing. Sadistic House says Arkham Knight was awesome. Lincoln Knight, Hitman won't be a finished product when released. Yeah, this was what you mentioned earlier.
The problem with it being half game being released at Christmas, another half being released God knows when.
I mean, it's obvious what they're trying to do. They want to get it out for Christmas, but they know they're not going to be finished. So they're focusing all their resources into getting the early parts of the game finished. And then they say they're going to release the rest of the game in installments over the following year.
For free.
I think they're going to be tempted to release one or two levels and say, oh yeah, that's actually all we were going to release. Now we've got some paid DLC for you. I think they will be very tempted to charge for it. And once you've already bought it, it's like Destiny. Once you've bought it, you're stuck with it. It's it's either pay for the DLC or fuck off. So in terms of Destiny, I've chosen to fuck off. Grady Biscuits, or if there was a forum where we could offer suggestions for PS Plus games would be great. Well, yeah, I mean, arguably there already is, and they just totally ignore it. They don't give a shit. I mean, how many people have been asking for Knack on the PS4 and infamous Second Son as well?
And Killzone Shadowfell.
Have we got them? No, because they just do what they like. Assassin Feared said Arkham Knight was rubbish compared to Arkham Asylum. Arkham Asylum was I actually preferred that to Arkham City.
I don't know, I think I preferred Arkham City,
Gravy Biscuits, what's up guys, by the way, laugh out loud. Yeah, we're good, thanks Gravy Biscuits. CSO 96 has voted, thanks very much. Toon 69 says Star Wars Battlefront for Game of the Year. I would eat my hat if that was the game of the year, quite honestly.
I mean, it's going to release not enough content. I mean, the content in it, not good enough. I mean, it's got a lot of problems.
Yeah, we're going to message from you to tell you that we're way backlogged on comments. Okay, I'm going to try and whiz through them now. Sadistica, I disagree. Arkham Knight was the best in the series, in my opinion. Well, I mean, we haven't played Arkham Knight yet, so...
Yeah, because of the PC.
Because of the PC edition.
Yeah.
Fred Too Good says Defo. St. Kildaboy says, been playing King's Quest. Fun game. Did you play the original, Michael? I did, way back in the day. Because I'm
60 years ago.
Yeah, 60 years ago, back when I was a whippersnapper. Yeah, because that's how old I am. King's Quest was, all the Sierra games actually were Sierra games were almost a genre on their own, actually. It wasn't one of my favourite series. I mean, there were definitely other games that I preferred, but yeah, King's Quest was definitely a product of its time. Gravy Biscuits Battlefront doesn't have a campaign, not a Game of the Year contender.
Exactly,
Yeah, and that's just the least of its problems. Rich Platinum, I would like to play PS3 games on PS4 for Black Ops 2. Oh yeah, I mean a lot of people said that they'd really like the earlier, especially Modern Warfare 2 to be remastered.
Or just like a map pack of the best maps.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, you say, I know it doesn't need a campaign, just have the best Call of Duty maps in there with good Call of Duty mechanics. And
Gravy Biscuits says, I started Freedom Wars for 5 minutes. Seems great though, laugh out. I haven't played that yet actually. Paranoid Android says, hey, hi Paranoid, thanks ever so much for joining us. XEST says, what do you guys think of the next Assassin's Creed coming out? I think it'll probably be better than Unity.
But not by a massive amount.
See, I was reading about Assassin's Creed China, the 2.4, Assassin's Creed Chronicles, and I thought, why don't they make a mainline Assassin's Creed game set in China? That'd be the kind
of
perfect. London though, yeah, I'm not sold on the location. Assassin Feared says yes, Conviction is awesome. Linkin Park, Paranoid Android and Rich Platinum have voted. Mutiny Teddy says Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment. I'm disappointed that they didn't make co-op available. Very disappointed. Is this the PS Vita version, Mutiny Teddy? I've seen it advertised on the Vita. I really liked the first half of the anime. Not so much the second half, but yeah, I'm really interested in playing that. I've heard that it's got some serious translation issues though. Gravy Biscuit says everyone should hop on God of War Ascension multiplayer next week. Oh, I forgot about the multiplayer actually in Ascension. I didn't because I rented Ascension. I didn't actually get to play the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah. I might actually
try that.
I probably won't. But, yeah. Unknown Spartan says games with gold is better. Okay, type in :act space and then you'll be able to vote. Assassin Feared says Gravy, I still play Ascension. Gravy Biscuit says fucking lame fanboys. I just started it last week, Assassin Feared. The multiplayer is surprisingly good. Oh, maybe I will give it a try then. Probably won't. J20 Tom 1, would you both play Until Dawn? I'm actually really interested until
yeah.
I'm slightly concerned at the fact that we've only just got gameplay footage from it, even though it's out in a couple of weeks. That's really concerning, but I do like that style of game, so I'm definitely going to try it. Assassin Feared says, sorry guys, Fallout games are not my thing at 45 years old. Okay, well, I don't think age is an issue for the Fallout games. I think it's just whether you like the style of play or not. Black Sight, what is games with gold? This is like the Xbox version of PlayStation Plus. Gravy Biscuit Spartan, nice try, troll. Be honest with yourself, laugh out loud. Oh no, this is the games with gold one. J20.
Well, like we said earlier, for the last 6 months, games with gold have probably been slightly better than PlayStation Plus.
Games with gold actually hasn't been that bad. I must
admit,
they've actually had a few really strong months. I would argue actually this month PlayStation. Oh, actually, I don't want to influence the poll. Thanks Luke W1090, Air Ammo, Flaconono and J20 Tom 1 for hitting the follow button. You're very welcome to the follow hollow. Where are we? It's my first time watching, says J20 Tom 1. Oh, well, we're really pleased to welcome you, J20. We're on every week at this time, actually, so we hope you can join us again. Gravy Biscuit says, you know damn well Plus is better than Gold. You know damn well. Mutiny Teddy says, J20 Tom, welcome, ask a question. Indeed, and in about 15 minutes we'll answer it. Electrical One has voted. Mr. Biggins says, why do you look like a molester? It's just the way we were born, Mr. Biggins, you know. Itra Hibbs has voted. Mutiny Teddy says, J20 Tom, when they read everyone's comments, yeah, we do. It takes us a while, but we do get there. L Crafter says, Assassin, I'm 59, Fallout 3 was awesome. That's the thing, I don't
the oldest gamer.
Yeah, I'm like, for the first week, I'm not the oldest one in the room. That's nice to hear. Itra Hibbs has voted Gravy Biscuits. Says they all have pros and cons, but he thinks PS Plus is better. It's true. I mean, that's the thing. It swings and roundabouts. Some months Games with Gold is better. Some months PlayStation Plus is better. I mean, we're asking specifically about August this month. I should make that clear. L Crafter says I like long games with a good storyline. Yeah, I like games. I like
drawn out.
I like games with a good storyline, not necessarily long ones.
Because I mean, Uncharted 3 beats Last of Us. Because Uncharted 3 is probably shorter.
Because it's a much leaner experience. The Last of Us, I think, would have been a much better game at half the length.
So it was drawn out, going looking for loot and stuff to make your weapons, and then breaking in combat, running out of ammo, and...
I'm really making an exception with The Witcher. I normally avoid long games like The Plague, but The Witcher 3, because it's obviously so highly rated, I've made an exception. I'm pleased I have, because it's very good, but... I usually storyline comes above length for me. Elcraft. The lame Canadian says something about Hitler. Assassin Fid. I upgraded my hard disk drive on my PS4 to 1 terabyte. Yeah, that's the beauty actually of PS4 and PS3. Really easy to upgrade the hard drive. Just pull out the old one.
Apparently, you can put SSDs in them, and it's meant to make loading times quite a bit quicker.
I heard that it didn't make that much difference.
Well, I read somewhere that for Witcher 3's loading times and texture loading times are meant to be a lot better with an SSD. Apparently.
That's interesting. I may revisit that subject.
That's what I heard.
Trouble is, it costs an absolute bloody fortune.
Yeah.
1 terabyte SSD. Wow, you're rubbish too. It's almost like he made that username just for us. Perhaps you should change it to Wow, you too are rubbish. So what's the games this month? We're a bit behind with the comments, so I can't really read them again. But I'll quickly read them again at the end of the stream. Wow, we're rubbish. Gravy Biscuits says Sega profits down 42%. Why are Japanese publishers so dumb? Because they're all ran by old men in suits. Basically, they need to get some like gamers who know what they're doing in there. Mr. Biggin says Parallax Live are you two butt buddies or what? We're not, Mr. Biggins. No, we're related.
We don't want to join you in that either, Mr. Biggins. Sorry.
Indeed, you're welcome to the stream regardless. Danger has done something in a different language,
which wasn't meant to.
Which isn't supposed to happen now. We've got the broadcaster language mode, which keeps turning itself off. But Google Translate has translated it as "you donkey." Okay. Lee Dog says they fixed it in the latest patch.
Oh, I've got no idea what he is.
Oh, maybe the Rocket League fan issue. Yes, that's true.
That's
true if that's the case. I heard that too. Gravy Biscuit says release, remakes, remasters, reboots of classic IPs. Rocket League says Lee Dog. Yeah. Mutiny Teddy says Mr. Biggins, why would that make you happy? Is that your thing? We welcome everyone here. Yeah, exactly.
Your catchphrase is getting bigger and bigger.
I know. We welcome everyone here, even people like Mr. Biggins. Linkin Park, the lame Canadian, you giving away Hitler's lost testicle. Gravy Biscuits for Sega, Konami, Capcom, and listen to fans easy enough. Exactly right, Gravy Biscuits.
And Nintendo.
And Nintendo, very much so with Nintendo actually. They need to employ. I mean, look at Microsoft. They were being ran into the ground by Steve Ballmer, who is obviously very technically proficient when it comes to making computers, but when it comes to actually running a company, not so much. They got rid of him. They've replaced him with Natalia, whatever his name is. I don't know.
Natalia sounds like a girl's name.
Yeah, I know. It's actually a guy. But he's the one that's sort of kind of been steering it back because he knows he's got much more of an idea about what people actually want. Mutiny Teddy says slap Mr. Biggins. Assassin Fear says new Hitman will be out this year. Yes, December.
That's what we're showing on here at the moment.
Yeah, exclusive. You will not see this anywhere else, folks. That's exclusive Hitman footage. Gravy Biscuit says Hitman is the 8th of December, I think. I think you're right, actually.
The first quarter of it, anyway.
Indeed, yes. Lee Dog, the PS4 fan no longer kicks up on the menu in Rocket League. Yeah, that's true. I've heard that they fixed that. Tim HD says, I love Destiny, but it's true. This is our earlier comment about, now they've locked everyone in, they're trying to sell you more. Gravy Biscuits, I'd be happy with the 3 Death Spank games, laugh out loud, indeed. Tim HD, Battlefront is going to be best.
If you love Destiny, you'll probably love Battlefront.
Battlefront will undoubtedly be the best Star Wars Battlefront game released this year. Anything beyond that, though, I doubt. XCST, what do you guys think of platinum trophies on PlayStation? Do you know what? I mean, neither of us are particularly trophy whores, but
I've got 5 and you've got 6.
Yeah, I didn't have any until I got my Vita.
So I had mine first for ages before you had yours. I had mine on Assassin's Creed 2, didn't I?
Yeah, which is actually a quite impressive platinum to have. I must admit, I think they have their uses. The thing with platinum trophies is that if a game is hard, I'll never go for it. I'll never go for the platinum. If a game is either easy or it's fun, then I find that going for the platinum just adds that extra replayability.
Well, I'm going to go for the platinum on The Witcher 3 or New Game Plus.
Yeah, because you're enjoying it so much.
Yeah, so that will be interesting. I mean, it could be a dead end, depending on how difficult Deathmarch is. But
so I think as long as you don't get too hung up on them, I think they can actually be valuable in encouraging you to play games through and get more for your money when it comes to your games. Gravy Biscuits, all the Monkey Island games. PS3 has a huge library for Plus. Yeah, Monkey Island is an absolutely one of the best game series of all time. Linkin Park, publishers are getting greedy. Half-finished games, overpriced DLC. Yeah, I completely agree. I have 1,000 PS3 games with Assassin's Creed. Wow, that's a lot. Gravy Biscuits. I hate when people expect brand spanking new AAA PS4 games on PS Plus. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you don't expect brand new games.
But Second Son, we'd expect Second Son.
Second Son's getting on a bit. Knack was a launch title, so that's nearly 2 years old.
And Killzone Shadow Fail.
That was a launch title.
I don't think we're asking too much for any of them 3 games to show up.
East London guys voted, thanks very much. Assassin's Creed China was great, guys. Yeah, I was actually thinking of getting that for it is overpriced, but I mean, I was thinking of getting it for the PC actually. Maybe I'll stream it one night. Gravy Biscuits, Linkin Park, speak with Wallet and stop pre-ordering day one. Yeah, that's true. They never pre-order unless it's something like the Drake collection, which you already know will be good. Mutiny Teddy, nope. Sword Arts Online Hollow Fragment has been ported for PS4. I got it free with Sword Arts Online. Lost Song pre-order. Oh, okay, I didn't realise it was on the PS4 as well. K Todd voted. Fred Too Good played Journey last night for the first time. Loved it. Yeah, I downloaded it this week actually. I did play it on the PS3. I've heard that the PS4 version is actually a bit better, so I'm looking forward to giving that a try. Gravy Biscuits, wait for Game of the Year editions or flash sales. Yeah, that's good advice actually. I mean, games lose their value quickly these days. Linkin Park, Assassin's Creed Black Flag was the best Assassin's Creed this gen so far. 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, I play games 14 hours a day. Wow. I mean, I play between 1 and 2 hours a day, so...
I play about 4 and 6.
Yeah. St. Kilda Boy 74, what do you think about the newly announced Dragon Quest games? Yeah, I mean, they've definitely got an audience. I'm not really hugely into that style of game, if I'm being honest, but I'm pleased that they've announced. I'm pleased that they're coming because obviously they have huge fan bases, and I'm really pleased to see them coming back to the region. LMFAO says Gravy Biscuits. C Bleezy, will Metal Gear Solid 5 be Game of the Year? A lot of people think so, C Bleezy. I'm
not so sure.
I don't think it'll be as good as The Witcher 3. I think the only real competition for The Witcher 3 will be Fallout 4. Lyra Van Red voted. Gravy Biscuits says, you guys are fucking awesome. Well, thank you very much, Gravy Biscuits. You guys are even better, quite frankly. Harry 1968 says Fallout 4 Game of the Year.
Possibly.
I think it stands a really good chance. Assassin's Creed, guys, The Phantom Pain will be the game of 2015, hands down. It's great, to be honest, it's great to have a load of games coming up that could be, but I just hope that they don't all let us down. Gravy Biscuits says Game of the Year contenders: Arkham Knight, Witcher 3, Fallout 4, Metal Gear Solid 5. That's it. No Bloodborne, Halo 5, Elder Scrolls Online, no Bloodborne. No, I definitely wouldn't argue that Halo 5 or Bloodborne. Definitely not Elder Scrolls Online, but Bloodborne is for a very particular kind of gamer. It's not for everyone. The Fireflies voted Assassin's Creed, Nintendo need to make games for PS4. Give up on their consoles. I think you're right, Assassin's Creed. If the NX is a flop, then
Immortal Machines reckons it's never going to happen. But I think if NX
the NX flops,
it could happen sooner than everyone thinks.
I think so. If the NX flops,
I mean, by 2019, if NX hasn't done anything, it is quite possible.
Fireflies voted Immortal Machine. We've just read that one. EDEC. Can someone actually explain to me what New Game Plus is? Yeah, when you complete a game. Basically, you can restart the game, keeping with your upgrade tree and items.
On The Witcher 3, though, if you're not level 30 by the time you start it, it automatically puts you level 30.
Mm-hmm.
If you're higher than level 30, you get to keep your level.
Yeah.
You get to keep all your gear and stuff, and crafting manuals and stuff. But all your usable items and stuff go. So you still have to restock that up, and I think your money might stay. Your Gwent cards don't. You get a potion of clearance, so you can respec yourself if you want, and you get a new potion which will lower your gear level if you can't use your gear.
Yeah, I mean that's with The Witcher. I mean, generally speaking, a New Game Plus is when you can start a game from the beginning with all your tech tree and stuff like that intact.
In terms of Witcher 3, the only stuff you actually lose is all the usable items and crafting materials and stuff.
Assassin's Creed, I play games for fun. Trophy collection doesn't matter. Yeah, you should always play games for fun. The trophy collection should add to the fun. If it doesn't,
add to the fun, then
Mutiny Teddy, it's when you beat a game and it lets you start over with equipment or stats or something like that. Okay, says ED. Yeah, that's true. Immortal Machine says make sure and download Rocket League, people, before Tuesday, before it's off PS Plus, people. Yeah, it is a good game. I mean, we're really disappointing that the servers have been such shite, because that basically really stops us from playing it. But we're going to go back to it now that they've patched it. Gravy Biscuits, I've just bought Bastion for $3.45 in plus sale. Yeah, it's a good game. I thought it was slightly overrated, actually.
Transistor is a lot better.
Max Aquila says, hi Max. Gravy Biscuits, they better bring Dragon Quest XI to North America or I'll riot, laugh out loud. Indeed. Usually Teddy says, download everything from PS Plus and delete from PS3 4. That way you have it in your collection, which you can download later. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Great advice. Fred Too Good, did you see Kojima and Toro? Guillermo del Toro are going ahead with the game. I did see that. That's really good news, because I was really annoyed that del Toro had been kind of put off the process by that whole clusterfuck. Dylan or Hart voted Linkin Park. What do you make of the new Need for Speed remake? It looks very nice, but it's not really a remake. It's just a new Need for Speed game.
Because I mean, you can't really remake. I mean,
you can't reboot a series that doesn't narratively follow on. So. Yeah, it's just another Need for Speed game. It does look nice. King of Farts and Dylan O'Hart have voted Assassin's Creed. I watched 6 hours of the Phantom Pain gameplay on YouTube yesterday. Awesome. It does look nice, I must say. Mutiny Teddy, Need for Speed never changes. It's going to be the same as the rest. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I mean, it looks nice.
Gravy Biscuits, there was a rumour NX wasn't even as powerful as the PS4. Yeah, we heard that one as well.
Actually, I can believe it as well.
I can't believe it, because I mean, look at the Wii U launch, and that wasn't as powerful as 360 and PS3, which is crazy because it was about 5 years later. Exactly.
That just makes no sense.
And the Wii wasn't as powerful as the PS2 and the original Xbox, rather.
No.
Hi, says Dylan Orhart. Hi there, Dylan. Thanks for joining us. Mutual Teddy says hi as well. Gravy Biscuits, Nintendo better not release another underpowered console. But
it's looking like they will, though.
And Immortal Machine says they will. Dylan Orhart says, how are you? We're very good, thank you, Dylan. How are you? Mutiny Teddy says, sorry, Michael and Matthew, I won't answer the questions for you. Laughing like, no, but
feel free.
Yeah, I guess, because at least people will get an answer
straight away.
Less than 15 minutes later. Gravy Biscuit says Nintendo gotta stop with the gimmicks. Immortal Machine says Nintendo are a gimmick. This is the thing, because the current rumour is that it's going to be like a VR or augmented reality based platform. No, you've got to stop pissing about. Release a games console, not a games console with an underpowered child's Tonka tablet that you have to sit there holding in your hand and like looking between two.
Thing.
Yeah, exactly. Looking between two screens during the bloody game. No, just release a games console with a control pad that you can play good games on, and then people
they need to
will
start
buy
making
it.
good games as well. At the moment, it's turning out with same old crap. I mean, the same old Mario every time. I mean, when was the last time Mario felt new? Mario Galaxy?
In fact, arguably, if that was all they did, that would be preferable to what they're actually doing now, which is taking things like Star Fox and but basically making glorified and Metroid and making basically glorified Mario parties out of them.
Yeah.
Assassin feared Nintendo should go back to cartridges or UHD discs. Clarence has voted. Yeah, get your votes in now, guys, because we're about to look at the results of that. X the Killer Kid says, "Hey cuties." Hi there, Killer Kid. The Firefly 75 has voted. Assassin feared. It says, "All bring games out on UHD discs." I meant. Dylan All Heart says, "I'm good, thanks." Well, we're very glad to hear it, Dylan. Thanks ever so much for joining us today. And thank you indeed for hitting the follow button, and Lazarus Vector and Mastiff 2006 and Genta 3. Thanks ever so much for hitting the follow buttons, guys. Very welcome to the follow hollow. Gravy Biscuit says, "Come on Nintendo, get your head out of your asses. It's common sense, not rocket science." I know, but the trouble is common sense to old men in suits who only think about the shareholders is completely different to common sense to gamers who know very clearly what we want. Mutiny Teddy says, "But Nintendo doesn't need great graphics. NX isn't about that." Yeah, but the thing is, if you're asking people, the thing is, Wii U release. I mean, look at how much the Wii U is. It's still north of £200. It's close to the price of a PS4 and an Xbox.
With nowhere near as good hardware.
Who the hell would pay that?
And without as good hardware, third-party developers won't make games for it. Which, and Nintendo's games aren't particularly great at the moment, so...
Linkin Park, I thought and heard Nintendo was going to stop making home consoles. That'll happen if the NX is a balls up. Unless, I mean, I can see them sort of having another crack at the handheld market if the NX is a failure, but beyond that, I think NX is either do or die times. It's time for them to shit or get off the pot. Murph doesn't like Mexicans for some reason. Unless he means Mexican food.
Maybe he's
maybe he gives him the runs.
Maybe it's Jeremy Clarkson.
Mutiny
he doesn't like Mexicans.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't like anyone, though.
Well,
Mutiny Teddy says Nintendo has a market and its kids and man-child.
well, I don't think... The sad thing is, I don't think that's actually Nintendo's market. That's not who they're trying to sell to. I don't think.
Kids?
I think part of it. I think they're some games
Nintendo obsessives are their market, probably.
Yeah.
There's an audience who love everything that Nintendo produced. I think that's pretty much their core demographic, to be honest. The Singleton Right Nutsack is testing out our swear filter. Killer Lackahy has voted. Gravy Biscuits, the Nintendo name sells itself, don't make it difficult. Well, Nintendo certainly are at the moment. Assassin feared, I watched top 10 games ever. Mario is best game ever. See, for my money, Mario isn't even in the top 10, actually. Slime Cage has voted. Gravy Biscuits, I want to see Nintendo make a comeback. I would as well. I'd love to see them make a comeback.
What was the last Nintendo game you played? Or what was your last Mario game you played, even?
Oh.
Last one I remember,
Mario Galaxy
2.
Probably. Yeah, on the Wii.
And that's saying something. I mean, the last Nintendo game I played was Fire Emblem. What was it called on the 3DS?
Yeah,
I've got the name of it. Awakening.
Yeah, which is actually a very good game.
And the only one I'm looking forward to is Fire Emblem If.
Yes, indeed, which is coming out next year, I think.
Yeah.
The Singleton's Right Nutsack. If Nintendo is going to make it, they need to fix online big time.
Yeah.
This is the thing. I mean, PlayStation, you've got the PlayStation Network, you've got your PlayStation account with your trophies and all that. Xbox, you've got Xbox Live. Nintendo, you've got friends codes. I mean,
and Mii's.
What the hell? And Mii's, yeah. I mean, they really need to. They need a unified network where you have your accounts, where you have a friends list. A meta game would be nice, a kind of achievement / trophies, because that's what people are used to now. They really, really do need to fix online. You are absolutely right, Nutsack. Gravy Biscuits, Nintendo is... You just can't make a serious statement to it and then append it with Nutsack. Gravy Biscuits, Nintendo is content making family-friendly kid games. Yeah, that's the trouble. Assassin Feared, I was waiting outside shop at midnight for Wii and Wii U. Man, you must have been pretty disappointed when you got them home. Mutely Teddy says, I think Nintendo DS XL is better than Vita. I've been thinking about getting the new Nintendo 3DS XL, actually.
I mean, the biggest problem is didn't have 2 thumbsticks.
Yeah, I mean, the new one does. But the trouble is, it's really overpriced. I mean, there's no way I'm spending more than £150. I would spend less than £100, I think.
It's not as powerful as a Vita.
No.
And I honestly have to say, when I do play my 3DS, I don't use the 3D anymore.
No, I think most people don't now, actually. Gravy Biscuits, 95% platformers and RPGs. Oh, they love their RPGs in Japan. They love them. Naraf says Tekken 7 in 30-day KSA in US. I don't know what that means. Tekken 7, I do understand. I don't know what KSA is though.
No.
Bastion voted. Integi Gamer says do a fart. Sadly, I can't do those on demand. Gravy Biscuits, 3DS XL has bigger library, but they're both fantastic in my opinion. Oh, we were talking about the DS, was he?
Was he?
Yeah, DS had some great games on it, and it was really, really easy. Mutiny Teddy says DS is better than Vita. I mean, the beauty of the DS is it was really, really easy to pirate for.
Oh, very easy. The problem with a Vita, Sony need to actually release some proper good Vita games. At the moment, they're just leaving it to indies and stuff, aren't they?
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's the biggest problem with the Vita.
Assassin Feared says, I've been a gamer longer than you guys are alive. You probably, actually. You're in your late 50s or something, then you probably have been, actually. There's not many people can say that.
No.
Bastion says, oi! Oi to you too, Bastion. Hi from Israel, says Hoist Boy. Hi to Israel. Fred Too Good says Orange Gun and Duck Hunt. Best fucking ever when I was a kid. Yeah, Duck Hunt was actually really good. That was one of the first home light gun titles. Thanks, the Singletons, Right Nutsack, and Nawaf for hitting the follow button. You're very welcome to the follow hollow. Carlo and Bastion both voted. Integi Gamer says butt. Gravy Biscuit says nutsack, laughing my ass off. Indeed. Nawaf says see Scarface game trailer, please. Scarface. Is there a new Scarface game coming out then?
Unless it means the old one. I don't know.
Random Redbox voted. Bomber Girl has voted. Let's look at the results that actually. Hops360 says hi. Gravy Biscuit. Hi there, Hops. Gravy Biscuit says I want to play Scribblenauts, Unmasked, and DC Adventure. Alright, I don't think I've played any. I may have played one of them. I can't remember. Random Redbox has voted. Linkin Park. Assassin Feared. Were you around for the time of the Commodore 64? Oh, he definitely would. I mean, I was around for the time of the Commodore 64, so he definitely was. Hoist Boy says you must be rich. What, us? We're not rich.
No.
God, you must be joking. Far from it. Mutiny Teddy. The Vita does have a way better selection of games, though. You do have. I mean, I love my Vita. I love playing it on the toilet. I mean, you can play games like Broken Age, which are new releases, Grim Fandango Remastered. I love those kinds of games. Even the Lego games, I really like. Although you can get those on the Vita.
I just think they do more Vita-focused actual games, like Tearaway. Yeah.
Tearaway was brilliant. Yes, Lincoln says Assassin's Feared. Hop says, come watch me stream on MLB. Oh, advertising, Hops. At least he didn't give a link there. No. Hoist Boy, is Tomb Raider Remastered good? Well, it's no better than the original Tomb Raider. Right, it's one of those remasters that isn't actually that much better. 3DS can play DS games, says Gravy Biscuits. Yeah, not the pirated ones.
No, I was about to ask, can a 3DS play an R4 cartridge?
Yeah, no. Nawaf says hi. Hi there, Nawaf. Hoist Boy says I watch porn on my Vita. Okay. Assassin Feared. I've been playing games since Pong. Yeah, so have I actually. Hoist Boy, yeah, get Tomb Raider Definitive Edition to Gravy Biscuits. Yeah, Tomb Raider's an alright game. It's not as good as
you played it on a previous gen, don't bother getting a Definitive Edition, in my opinion.
That's right. Mutiny Teddy, my mom had a Game Boy so I could play in her womb. When she used to stick it up her. No, when it needed charging. wipe over with a cloth.
Before you came out, the doctor was like, "Why have you got a Game Boy up there?"
Yeah, but that was a fun scan. Assassin Feared, that thing took hours to load. I remember it. So Linkin Park. Oh, this is the Commodore 64. Yeah, you get all the coloured bars on the screen as well. Love those. Mortal Machine says, I've been playing games since World War II. Yes, or indeed since World at War. Think for good ending, says now F. What's FINF? I'm not sure. Bomber Girl says, hey, hi Bomber Girl. Assassin Feared says, yes, I remember Linkin. The Hoses voted. The Singleton's right nutsack says, I had the first Pokemon. Yeah, so did I, Pokemon Blue. Where are you from, says Zero MP. We're from England. Gravy Biscuits, they should give us Tearaway on Plus since Unfolded is coming. Yeah, they should.
That would be a nice one, actually, wouldn't it?
Although I think because I think is the PS4 version is sort of a semi remaster. It's not.
They probably won't because it'll be.
Yeah, they'd be worried about cannibalising it.
Yeah.
So cannibalising themselves. Hoist Boy says I'm sick of remasters. Yeah, you got to remaster the right thing. Though.
They keep remastering the wrong things, though, don't they? I mean, like Last of Us, Tomb Raider. I mean.
Okay, let's have a look at the results of the poll. So we asked you what is better this month, the PlayStation Plus Instant Games Collection or the Xbox Live Games with Gold for August 2015. Is PS Plus better? Is Games with Gold better? Are both as good or are both terrible? Oh wow, well it's pretty definitive actually. It's very definitive in fact.
More than I thought it would be, to be honest.
Indeed. 73% of you think that PlayStation Plus has a better lineup this month. I would agree with that actually. I'm excited to play Lara Croft. I really want to play Limbo. Not so much God of War. I really want to play Stealth Inc. too. So there's at least 3 games. I'm kind of curious about Sanchez. Yeah, some really not bad games this month. Games with Gold, their headlining act is the old version of Metro and Ground Zero. So yeah. 8% think Games with Gold is better. 8% think they're both as good, and 8% think they're both shite. The two of us are going to smile for the screenshot.
Once I'm pitched by a robot.
Indeed, yes. That's the thing. You guys are going to vote for like these more, so it doesn't hide Matthew's face. So let's just get rid of that. Okay, we're going to start wrapping it up now, guys. Gravy Biscuit says, I'll pick up Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition when it's cheap. Yeah, I had about a 20 quid voucher that was about to expire on Xbox, so I actually bought the Xbone version of Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, even though
you don't have it.
Even though I don't have an Xbone.
But when you do, you have a good game to play.
Exactly, I'm really looking forward to actually playing that once I do get the Xbone. Zero MP says, nice, I'm from Saudi Arabia. Oh, we're welcome.
I bet it's nice and warm over there.
I bet it's very nice and warm, certainly warmer than it is here. Immortal Machine says, Gravy Biscuits, it was super cheap recently, £9 on the PS Store 3 weeks ago.
Oh, that is decent.
Yeah, that's cheaper than I paid for the Xbone edition.
Yeah.
Assassin Feared, game loading times are still a bit of an issue even today. Yeah, they really are. Especially, I mean, I know Vita is obviously not really what you're talking about, but Vita, the loading times can really be painful. Mutiny Teddy says, Dino Crisis 1 and 2, Double Dragon, Blood Rain 1 and 2 are on sale for $2 each. Okay, I didn't know that the US store had a sale on at the moment. Gravy Biscuits, who asked for Prototype 1 and 2 remaster bundle? Precisely no one. Gravy Biscuits. Pathavra voted. I don't know if that counted. St Kilda Boy. Good show tonight, Matt and Mike. Keep it up. Thanks ever so much, St Kilda Boy. Thanks ever so much for joining us again. Jake Francis. Hi, Jake. Mortal Machine. Gravy Biscuits. No one, because that's why they told no one before releasing it. Laugh out loud. Indeed. Oh, has there been a remaster of those released then? There we go then. I didn't even know that there was one out there actually.
I tell you what, we learn something new every day.
You do learn something new every day. Gravy Biscuit says those are steals at those prices. Indeed they are. Assassin Feared says PlayStation Plus is not have to renew every year. Good stream, lads. See you next week, says Fred Too Good. Yeah, thanks, Fred Too Good. We do hope we'll see you next week. Immortal Machine says, good show as always. Thanks ever so much. Gravy Biscuits is laughing my arse off at Immortal. They did sneak that one in there, and I felt like, okay then, guys. So, right, we've got an exciting week this week. It's Gamescom.
Oh yeah, Gamescom.
I probably should have put Gamescom preview as the title to entice some people in. Actually, yeah, it's Gamescom this week. We will be covering the Microsoft Games Conference. I think Microsoft are actually the only ones having a press conference at Gamescom. Yeah, I haven't heard of any others. But anyway, guys, it's going to be this Tuesday coming, Tuesday the 4th of August. It looks like I've got a moustache in this light. At 3 p.m. British Summer Time. You can go onto the website, twitch.tv/Parallax Live, click on that and it'll tell you what time that is in your time zone. 3 p.m. we will be covering that press conference. We will have this monitor here, it'll be hooked up so you've got a decent picture, and we'll be providing coverage of that with our live commentary as we did with E3. So do join us for that if you can. They're going to be showing off Quantum Break and Crackdown,
yeah,
as well as some of the stuff that they had at E3. And we'll be doing our Wednesday night weekly Quiplash stream as always, which seems to get better and better as the weeks go on actually. So do join us for that if you can. You can actually play with us for free. You don't need to own the game. You can literally play from any web connected device. And also we will of course be back doing this very show next Saturday at 3:30ish. You can find a complete archive of this show and every show that we've done at patreon.com/Parallax Live. It's completely 100% free. It's not locked behind a paywall, although you can choose to subscribe to us for as little as $1 per month if that's what you'd like to do. Twitch.tv/Parallax Live if you'd like to go on there and hit the follow button. We love welcoming new people to the follow hollow, such as Bomber Girl 21, who's hit the follow button. Thanks ever so much, Bomber Girl. You can also go to those other services, but we hardly ever use them. And hopefully we'll be getting our YouTube channel unblocked this week because time's running out.
Partly unblocked.
Yeah, only partly unblocked. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll let you know in the show. Hey, says Bomber Girl. Hi there, Bomber Girl. Thanks for hitting the follow button. Gravy Biscuits. This just in, entire last gen has been remastered.
It feels like it at times.
Yeah, exactly. Assassin Feared. Do a show about the new Doom. Yeah, when we got some information about that, we'll definitely.
It wouldn't take long at the moment.
No, exactly. No. Once we've got some decent gameplay footage, we'll definitely do that. Mutiny Teddy says Doom beta key from Wolfenstein. I'm still waiting 2 years later. Indeed, you got a little bit longer to wait as well. Gravy Biscuit says let's play some Rocket League, guys. Yeah, do you know what? We'll have a look at playing that actually over the next few days.
Come out.
Now that the patch is there and hopefully they've sorted out the servers, we may very well have another crack at playing a game with you guys. That'd be great. J20 Tom 1, will you both be playing Until Dawn? I'm really interested in it. I'm not sure I'd pay full price for it. I'm going to see what the reviews are like, but if I see it for a good price, I am actually really interested in it. So if I do get it, I'll stream it anyway. So anyway, guys, thanks ever so much. Do join us either for Gamescom or the Quiplash session or the show next week. Until then, thanks ever so much for joining us. Even if you didn't comment, that's fine. Thanks just for watching, and we will catch you in the next stream.